And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your friend Cheap Ludes. How are you doing this evening? I'm doing well. Shout out to everybody that was in the Twitch stream earlier, where I absolutely just raged out of at the very end. Honestly, Unlimited was pissing me off quite a bit, and somebody had taken my parking spot outside of my house, and I was not having it. Let's just put it that way. Obviously, as you can tell, no fisticuffs were thrown, because I probably would have came back beaten up, if I'm being honest. But it's all good. I was mad. So let's go ahead and recap day one of the MyTeam Festival. Now, the reason I say this is a recap, that I want to recap day one and kind of go over what's coming in the future for the MyTeam Festival, is just because it ends at 10 o'clock a.m. tomorrow, the current event that we have right now. So I'm not going to really go through too much of it, but I will talk about it regardless. So today was day one. We got season one takeover players everywhere. So we got season one takeover guys all over the place. So we got Tony Parker and Wiggins in TT offline. Now, I'm going to start by going through all of them and letting you know, like, should you grind these? Should you not? I would say TT offline is thumbs up. You should definitely grind it. Kevin Johnson, Kiki, and Andrew Wiggins are all really solid, and honestly, any of them could make whatever lineup you're running, unless you're running the best possible lineup in the game, realistically. Tony Parker is kind of trash, but, you know, if you're going for collector level, you know, and you missed out on this card, you know, he's here. You got a chance. They're at least giving us a chance to get these cards, like, kind of frequently. Like, we've gotten 2 additional chances outside of just the 2 from the first season being the takeover grinds and limited. So I mean, it's kind of cool, whatever. Like I said, Wiggins isn't the greatest anymore, but he can still hold it down. Kiki and Kevin Johnson, I would say the same thing about them. Tony Parker's kind of whatever, but it is what it is. Then we got clutch time offline, which they don't let me see the prizes, which is super annoying. But it's Lamar Odom and Andre Iguodala, and honestly, both of those guys are still really solid. And if you have to grind this mode anyway, it's actually probably worth grinding at that point, because like both of those guys are decent. I'm gonna grind this a little bit tonight, just to try to get Lamar Odom. The clutch time wheel just absolutely hates me, so I'm not really holding too much stock in that. But I'm hoping to get Lamar Odom or Iguodala in general. I just like Lamar Odom is one of those things that I wanted him so bad when the game first came out, that it's like I just kind of want to get him just out of principle at this point. So it's like whatever. Am I going to get him? Probably not. Unlimited, we got 3. So we actually got Kemp, Jason Kidd, and Elgin Baylor. In addition to Kevin Johnson and Kiki Vanderwee. So actually, you have a very, very good chance with Unlimited, when the vault does open, which isn't incredibly often, to actually get one of these players. Now, I actually got Jason Kidd playing Unlimited earlier. So that's what's up. I mean, I kind of want Elgin Baylor, but I probably won't get him. It is what it is, just for fun, just for collector level. I have Kemp already, obviously, so Kemp is still like a very good power forward. Jason Kidd is still a very good point guard. I used him a little bit after I raged off of Twitch, and I had a good time with him. He doesn't dunk like Caruso, but he's better defensively. His jump shot's just as trash, if I'm being honest. So I don't know, dude. He's actually pretty good. I think Unlimited's worth grinding at this current point if you don't have any of these cards. Clutch time online is Bill Russell. Hold on. It is Bill Russell and Anthony Edwards. Neither of which I really want that much. And honestly, like, I just don't get lucky on clutch time online. No, I got Danny Manning, but it's like still. So I'm not really too pressed on playing clutch time online. Like, if I get Bill Russell, that would be sick, but I'm not really too worried about it. And then triple threat online is Alex English, Donovan Mitchell, and Darren Williams. Look at Darren Williams down there on tier 2. Like, it is what it is. I mean, dude, nobody wants Darren Williams. I grinded for Darren Williams. That was an instantaneous mistake. Yeah, I mean, Donovan Mitchell is probably the one people are going to go for, but in my opinion, there's not much that they could do right now for me to want to play a triple threat off or online, dude. I just like don't care. There's none in draft to my knowledge, and if there is, I don't think anybody's even played draft like this whole year. Like, there's no reason to really play it. But let's run through what else we're going to be seeing with the MyTeam Festival this upcoming. I believe it is, let me see if it's a week long. It's 10 days long. So today we had season 1 takeover players everywhere. Tomorrow we're going to have the season 2 takeover players. So all these season 1 guys disappear tomorrow. So I'm going to try to grind and at least get a few of them tonight, if I can. I'm not going to go OD because, none of these guys really play for me. I will say Kid might play for me, though. I have been messing around with Kid since I got him this afternoon. And his jump shot's slow, but like I said, not much slower than Caruso's as much as I like Caruso. Jason Kidd might be up there, too. He's just not dunking like Caruso, so it is what it is. But we're going to be seeing all the Season 2 guys pop up tomorrow. So we're going to be seeing, and obviously I'll have a video covering those as well. So we're going to see Rodman, Elvin Hayes, OG Anunoby drops tomorrow as well. So that's going to be interesting. Eddie Jones, Kenyon Martin, Nate Archibald, Chuck Person, and Kiki is back in here. So OG and Kiki are going to remain on the boards for sure. Kevin Johnson will be back in some capacity. I would assume he's probably going to be somewhere. Elvin Hayes is my shout for tier 2 on Triple Threat Online. I just feel like the easier one to get is going to be Elvin Hayes for sure, or Nate Archibald. I could see that as well, but then Chuck Person and Kenyon Martin will probably be somewhere. I don't know, hard to predict where they're going to be, but Unlimited is going to be Eddie Jones. I swear to God, they're going to put Eddie Jones at Unlimited because they know they want me to suffer. I'm just convinced they want me to suffer, so they're going to throw all the guys that I actually want. So they're going to take Eddie Jones, Dennis Rodman, and just to spite me so I can get him a few times, Danny Manning. All 3 of those guys will be on Unlimited, probably. I could be wrong, but it is what it is. So then we got day 3, and I don't know if that's going to last for more than 24 hours or not. I'd be interested to see if that's going to be the case, or if they do something in the middle where they just kind of switch it up. I don't know. We'll see. It'd be cool to see them keep the TakeOver 1 players on there and then add the TakeOver 2 players, but I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case. Day 3, the Thanksgiving event begins, and honestly, it'll probably be something along the lines of what we saw last year where they gave us a bunch of cards to collect, similar to the trophy case. Honestly, it would be very similar to this for a Hoff badge. So there's probably going to be 6 cards that we have to grind for, and it's probably going to be food again, and unfortunately, it's not going to be playable. Like I said, I wish I could hoop with an ear of corn or a bowl of mashed potatoes. That would be so sick. Picture it in your mind, right? You load into an unlimited game and you're yeah, I got my soup squad. I got the best cards in the game. I'm running Gary Payton and Ricky Davis and Tim Thomas and Dwight Howard and Hakeem. And then what do you see coming from the other team? You see a big bowl of mashed potatoes and a giant 7'6" ear of corn. And fear has struck you immensely. What are you going to do against this corn? Malachi from Children of Corn is also running point guard, so I got to go get Malachi Flynn. Hopefully he gets a card, but yeah, shout out to Children of the Corn. That movie was I thought that movie was super scary when I was a little kid. I watched that as an adult. That movie sucks, dude. Concept is cool. I'm shocked they haven't tried to do a Children of the Corn remake. I feel like they know they would mess it up. Also, they're not trying to stoke the fear of redheaded children any more than South Park did, I feel. Either way, it's probably going to be like this. It's going to be like the trophy case, but it's going to be for a Hoff badge. And it's going to last about 6 days, I think. So if that's exciting to you, cool. Last year it was relatively easy, and we were able to get a Hoff badge out of it. So I would assume they do some exchange stuff too, but we'll have to see. We'll wait till I think that happens on Wednesday. That's cool. Obviously, Wednesday we're going to be getting packs too. So day 4 is, it just says locker code coming. So I don't know what that means. The one thing I would say, though, is the locker code that we usually get around this time is for some outdated cards. So I would assume to look to Season 1. Look at some cards that you would expect. Dominique Wilkins is likely to be in a locker code. They love putting Dominique Wilkins and Clyde Drexler in locker codes. I swear to God they do. Those 2 and Larry Bird are always in the mix. So someone like Dominique could probably be in there. That would actually make a lot of sense. Maybe one of these guys like a Blake Griffin. Just some higher tier cards that aren't really meta anymore, that aren't going to sell them packs anymore, is kind of what we're looking at. John Morant might still sell packs, so I actually don't think he'll be in there. I would look at guys like Chris Middleton, Joe Johnson, pretty much the shades of guy for the most part, Blake Griffin, Dominique Wilkins, and then they'll pick another one like Zion or something. Those will be the ones. If they're not diamonds, I could see them being diamonds too. That would actually suck, because it would be Diamond Zion, and then probably Diamond MJ, and Kawhi and Carmelo Anthony, maybe, like stuff like that is probably what we're gonna see. Luka would be a cool one for a locker code because it's like not that overpowered, but a lot of people who get the game this week would be hyped to get like a free Luka Doncic. So like, yeah, that's actually what I would recommend them do. To be honest, I would put in the locker code and get Luka just for like challenge purposes. Honestly, I don't know. They might do some other stuff for Thanksgiving too, like maybe some event stuff. I'm not really 100% sure. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and find out, but I'm not really stoked. I was going to try to say I'm stoked, but I'm just like, I'm not really stoked if I'm being honest. I'm just kind of there, man. Oh, either way, I'm trying to be positive. I was going to say pessimistic, but that's not a word. It's like a mix of positive and optimistic. It's like, it sounds like pessimistic, though. Then we got day 5. It's like an XP agenda rush, which if you don't have Booker yet, you're going to get a ridiculous amount of XP here. I mean, when they did this at the end of last season, it was like 5,000 XP for hitting like 10 3-pointers with Steph Curry over multiple games. So we're going to see a bunch of things like that. So, I mean, if you have the cards and you don't have Booker yet, you know, so be it. Booker's my boy, by the way. I just would like to point out, like, I've seen a lot of content creators say this Booker sucks, and I don't agree with that at all. He's a super fun card. It just really depends on how you build your team around him. Like, take a look at my starting lineup outside of Vucevic. Like, get rid of Vucevic, even though I like Vucevic a lot. Use a different center as an example. Even say Embiid, right? This would be an excellent squad to run with Devin Booker because Embiid's going to be all huge. I got Fernando Martin out here. He's all kind of ripped and stuff, doing things. He looks so much like Gordon Hayward in the game. It doesn't make, look at this picture and then look at him in game. He looks like Gordon Hayward. So like just a squad like that can come out here and like a lot of defense, and then you can use Booker to create. Anyways, that's besides the point. Day 6, you know what it is, 250k qualifier time, which means we're getting some absolute cracked cards on Wednesday. They're probably going to give out limited time locker codes, so you sweat lords who use blue stacks to get them before everybody, rejoice. Other than that, just ignore them. That's my number one thing is like on 250k content day, just ignore the locker codes that are limited time. You know, if it's like a pink diamond locker code, just try to put it in if you want, but just accept the fact that you're probably not getting it. Day 8, we got another trophy case event. Obviously, like I said, I'll be covering these every day in videos and streams, but it's cool to kind of know what you're getting into in advance. It's just going to be another one of these things. Like, just like this. It'll be just like this. You can basically get a trophy case player with it. So, cool. And then day 9, we got a limited time event. It just shows a photo of a vault. So, I don't know if it's going to be like, I would guess it's probably going to be like one of those things where it's like a double. So like when I play triple threat, I get 2 chances to open the vault. When I play unlimited, same thing. When I play clutch time, you know, I get 2 spins. That's kind of what I would assume it is. Actually, by the way, I don't know if we're getting another takeover card on Friday. I'm actually kind of curious to see about that. Or if they're going to drop it Wednesday. Actually, I'm available until November 22nd, so actually I'll know tomorrow if that's the case. So that's going to be interesting to see also. And I could see that being the case too, because we got that second takeover limited time event, so they could actually get rid of Kiki and Kevin Johnson at that point, so that's cool. Day 10, which would be, I believe, hold on. So today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the Hoff badge. By the way, it's the event final day. We get the Hoff badges Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday is when we get all of our news about season 3. I guarantee like takeover players are probably going to jump up to pink diamonds, then we're going to start to see opals as rewards, I would assume. So either way, let me know down below any predictions you have about the MyTeam Festival. If you have anything random to throw out there, please do. I would love to hear it. You know, always. I do respond to most of my comments. Like I said, apologize for anyone that was in the stream that ended abruptly. I was just, I was losing it, man. I was tweaking. So thank you for regardless being up in there in the first place. But MyTeam Festival, I will be doing live coverage or not so live coverage on all of it. Tier list series is actually coming after Thanksgiving because I have the sneaking suspicion they're going to blow power balancing super hard on Wednesday. So I actually want to wait till the packs come out before I begin it. Just because I have the worst luck when it comes to tier lists. So if I start doing the tier list right now, they'll drop the most overpowered card at like every position on Wednesday, and I'll have to go back and do it again. So I'm gonna pump the brakes and just hold off till this weekend to do it. But also doing a watch party for the 250K tournament if you guys are down for that. So I'll be on there. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on YouTube or Twitch. I haven't decided yet, but it's fine. Have a good night, you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace. Oh, one more thing. I just want to say that I got Fernando Martin, okay, and I'm only bringing this up because I gassed him in the previous video. Although he is lights out in money defensively, he is immensely frustrating. He seems to lose stamina at just the most ungodly rate, and also his jump shot is not really that great, but he is really, really good. I just wanted to point out that even though he has 94 stamina, he seems to lose stamina super fast, and there are some negatives, but he is a really good card, and you can lock him in for relatively cheap at the current moment because Dirk is like ridiculously cheap right now. Like, well, he was. Looks like he's gone back up in price already, but he's still only like the 40K, which isn't bad. You can realistically lock in for Fernando Martin for about 60, 70K, which is a bit steep, but he's pretty good. So, peace.